And to you first, Arsenal knocked out tonight by Bayern Munich. Give me your thoughts, mate.
Not even mad, Tell. I expected it. As soon as we didn't beat them at the Emirates, I said, that's it, game done. Tie over. Yeah. We gifted them 2 goals in that first leg. You know, when we was coming into this game, I said, we have to beat them at home if we have any chance of going through. We didn't. We failed to do that. And, you know, tonight, I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in how Arsenal continue to end their seasons under Mikel Arteta. I've become accustomed to it now. In the last 4 years, it reaches this point in the season, and we don't just fail. We go out with a whimper. That's the most disappointing thing. Yeah, we bottled the Premier League title last season with a whimper. We went out of the Europa League last season with a whimper. Yeah, it's a constant thing under this manager. We just whimper out all the time. And tonight we went out with a whimper. In the first half, I thought we was okay. You know, go to the Allianz. It's going to be hostile there. Keep it tight. Yeah, I expected us to keep it tight in the first half. You know, get a feel for the game. But in the second half, I was expecting us to come out and actually have a go. You know, at some point in the game, I was expecting Arsenal to actually have a go. We never did. It was basically a carbon copy of the second half against Aston Villa. No different. You know, Bukayo Saka, I'm going to call this guy out, right? Because he don't get enough criticism, in my opinion. Yeah. Some people call him out. A lot of people defend him, though. Yeah. This is undefendable now. For 3 games straight, he has been our worst player on the pitch comfortably. And today, shocking again. Terrible. Yeah. Him and Kai Havertz in that second half, I thought they was playing hide and seek. Yeah. I couldn't see them, man. I didn't know where they were. You know, who's stepping up for Arsenal? This is the problem that we've got. You know, it's all right when you're doing it as a team and active. You know, everybody talks about how many goals we score and how we share it around the team. But in big games like this, when you need an individual to drag you out of the mess, when you need an individual bit of brilliance from somebody, we've got nobody. Yeah, Starboy hasn't done it for ages. Starboy is one of the main players that goes missing at this point in the season. He has done for the last 3 years. Yeah. Havertz had a little purple patch in March. Now he's showing his true self again. Declan Rice has been awful over the last couple of games as well. Gabriel, I actually sat here and said that he's probably been our best centre-back for the last 12 months. Last 3 games, he's turned into a bozo again. Yeah, stupid, sloppy errors, panicking on the ball. I'm just disappointed. And then, you know, we come to the manager as well. In-game management, again, poor. Very, very poor. You know, people will look at it tonight and say, oh, well, he threw the kitchen sink at it. You know, I think he picked the correct starting 11. Playing Tomiyasu at left back, you know, to keep Sane quiet. And I think that was correct move to make. But again, it comes down to his substitutions and his in-game management. Why is he taking Martinelli off the pitch? Yeah, I don't think he was particularly great tonight. But guess what? 2 of our 3 shots that we had on target came from Martinelli. So out of all 3 of our attacking players, Martinelli was the most threatening out of the 3. Martinelli was the one who was getting himself into a position to actually get a shot away on goal. And one of them he should have actually scored. Let's be honest. You know, what did Saka do? What did Saka do? This is what frustrates me. But, we got to keep Bukayo Saka on the pitch because it's Bukayo Saka. No, you don't. He's dropping the stinker again. So take him off and bring on Trossard. You know, that's an issue that I had with. Also, Kai Havertz, what was he doing in the game in the second half? Absolutely nothing. Take him off. Yeah? Take him off. I don't understand the manager and his substitutions sometimes and his in-game management. And then we leave it till the last 5 minutes to finally try and throw the kitchen sink at it. And then this is where I blame the players, right? This is where I blame the players. Because the manager throws on every attacking player that he could possibly throw on. And we're still pissing around with the ball. making short little 5-yard passes rather than putting the ball in the box. I don't understand it. And then again, last kick of the game, David Raya comes up and it totally summed our night up when Bukayo Saka couldn't even get it in the box properly. He hit the first man from the corner. That's it, game done. Yeah, that's summed our night up. So
yeah, that corner at the end. I when it went in, I said the same thing to my brother. I went, "That's been Bukayo Saka and Arsenal's night." That corner, you get that opportunity right, and even I know they tried the quick thing before that nearly came off, but it was every single decision that you guys made in the attacking element didn't come off, and I think I don't know how you feel about this, but as a neutral to the game, as a rival watching, I sort of looked at it and thought to myself. Defensively and in midfield for the majority of the game, I thought you were pretty good. If your attack was as good as the rest of the team, you might have done something else. But I thought the attack overall tonight was just really, really flat from Arsenal.
I think the midfield was a problem in the second half. Yeah, that whatever his name is, Conrad Lame or whatever his name is, right? They don't even really rate him that highly at Bayern. Like he's a decent player, but he's not like one of their best players.
Not even a decent player.
He controlled that midfield in that second half. Him and Goretzka completely controlled that midfield in the second half. So I think, in the first half we did okay in midfield, but the second half was just atrocious. Like I say, Declan Rice was so poor, so poor, and Jorginho as well. And then, I don't know, bro. What can I say?
I want to ask you this question because I want to ask you this question before I go to a few of the other boys and obviously speak to the City lot. I wanted to ask you about the manager because a lot of the people that don't like him already, of course, tonight are going to come out and say this is why he's got to go because of these moments. Where's your head at with Arteta? Is it a case of one more year, or do you think the club should remove him this summer and look to improve that area?
What, waste another year, Tel? Waste another year. I look at it like this, right? People think that if Arsenal get a striker, that's it, we're fixed, we're ready to go. That's not the case. There's still so many holes in this team. You look at our left-back situation. We're playing Tomiyasu there. The guy can't stay fit for very long. He's very injury-prone. And then aside from that, we've got the option of Zinchenko, who's absolutely fucking useless. Or Kivior. And again, not a left back. So we need another left back. We need another midfielder because Kai Havertz was supposed to be the midfielder. And, he's not great there. So now we have to play him up front to get anything out of him. So we definitely need another midfielder. We need a striker. And then again, we're still, we've been lucky this season because we haven't had any injuries to the likes of Saliba, Gabriel. But, again, we're not covered in that area either. So I posed this question the other day. How on earth has this guy had 4.5 years, spent £700 million, and I've just named 4 positions there where we still need reinforcements? After 4 years and £700 million spent, and we still have 4 holes in this squad. We should only be 1 or 2 pieces away, and we're not. Yeah, the league table can sometimes lie, right? People think that because Arsenal are where they are at the moment and Liverpool are where they are at the moment, only being 2 points behind Man City, down to our own fault for dropping points, right? People think that we're actually close to City. People forget that City sold the likes of Mahrez, Laporte, Gundogan, lost all these top-class clutch players, and they replaced them with, by their standards, pretty average players. I don't really rate Doku that highly. I don't rate Kovacic that highly. I don't rate Nunes that highly. The only one who
I'm in here, Brandon.
I do kind of rate is Guardiola. So when I look at this, we're actually miles away from Man City still. Yeah, Man City, anybody who thinks they're going to stand still this summer, they're going to go out and do a madness, no doubt. And we've got to do the same. Do I trust that we'll go and do the same? Not really. Do I trust that the manager will get us over the line next season? No, I don't. Because for 3 years in a row now, it reaches April and we fold. We fold. So I think now what we need is another manager to come in, a proven winner. Yeah, because we've got the majority of the squad there. Like I said, we need some added additions to this. But I think the biggest thing with Arsenal faltering at the end of the season is the mentality. It's the mentality. And that stems from the manager for me. You know, he creates chaos sometimes with his in-game management decisions, some of his lineups as well. Like the Aston Villa one, that didn't need to happen. He didn't need to play Zinchenko there. We all know that he causes chaos at the back when he plays. And, you know, silly little decisions like that, for me, that show that Mikel Arteta, although he's got 4 years in the job, he's still not experienced enough to get Arsenal to win trophies. So I think time to move on. You've had your time. Well done for what you've done. You built a very good squad. But like one of the super chats said, I just genuinely think he's Arsenal's Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, Spanish version, Brendan Rodgers. That's what it is. He can get us to a point, but I don't believe he can take us any further.
Fair, but you wanted to jump in there,
who do you think?
Sorry.
Who do you think can?
Who do I think can? These are the questions that also get posed, right? For me, I'd take Zinedine Zidane. Now, people will say, yeah, but he don't want to come to England. Yeah, but why is he done? Well, we've seen before, right? Managers like Conte and Jose Mourinho have gone to Spurs. Who would want to go to Spurs?
But Zidane has already said he doesn't want to come to England.
But the point is, Matt, I'm telling you, he'll come. Just like Conte and Jose Mourinho. You throw enough money at him, they'll come. And they did. They went to Spurs. Okay, they didn't do particularly well, but they went and got some proven managers, right?
Oh, go get some. Yeah, sorry,
Zidane, you throw enough money at him, he'll come. He'll come, bro.
Okay,
and if you don't,
so you rate anybody else? Anybody else?
You rate Zidane over.
Hang on, guys.
There's a possibility that Zidane may not come. If Zidane, if your only hope is Zidane, and Zidane actually genuinely doesn't want to come, who else? Like, unfortunately, there's not.
I think Hansi Flick's a decent shout. I like Hansi Flick.
So
no, I get what you're saying.
Let me just jump to Con. You said Hansi Flick.
Yeah, it's won multiple things at Bayern Munich. I thought, why not? He's a proven winner. We need a proven winner at Arsenal now. We need someone to get us over the line now at Arsenal. And I'm sick of hearing it every single year now when it comes to towards the end. And I've already seen the excuses online for today. Oh, but it was a good run in the Champions League. But it really wasn't. We were expected to get out of the group stage. We barely beat Alon's team away. There was a few good performances. Don't get me wrong. PSV at home was good. You know, there was a few decent performances. But we could barely scrape past the Porto side. And listen, I'm not showing any disrespect to Porto. They played well. We couldn't score at their ground. And we barely just got across the line in the second leg. We had to go to a penalty shootout. So that gave me no confidence going into Bayern Munich whatsoever. And I was actually quite surprised going into the Bayern Munich game today. I thought we'd be on the back foot. We'd have to defend for our lives today. But Bayern let us do exactly what we've done at the Emirates today. We were on the front foot for the majority of the game. And then they took off the moments where we made mistakes and they tried to capitalize on it. And I was quite taken back by that. I thought, we're at your grounds. I thought, wow, I thought you'd be more hostile, showing more fight towards us, but they didn't. And I thought, we can take advantage of this. We can actually go ahead and take this game. And I wasn't, it's difficult because I'm disappointed that we went out of course. I wanted to go ahead and win the whole thing like every football fan does when they're in the Champions League. However, it's the same story again where I thought we played good when we had our opportunities, but it's always the time when we've got to go forward and we've got to get that goal when we just either fall apart or nothing changes. I've seen multiple times, and it's not just Mikel Arteta. I think this is quite common with some Premier League managers. I don't watch enough international leagues, so I can't speak for, La Liga or Serie A or Liga and whatever. But I see common with some managers in the Premier League, like Ange Postecoglou, for example, where they can't seem to either need or want to change their style of football during the game. What I found quite interesting was when it came to the 65th minute, he brought on Trossard, Jesus, so he was going full out attack. He wanted to bring on all of his attackers. We had Trossard, Saka, Havertz, and Jesus on at one point. But what Mikel Arteta decided to do was bring them all on, but put them in different positions, but in the same tactics and the same formation. I'm like, that's not going to work. You can't just expect new players to be put into different positions and the same tactics and the same formation and things to change. I thought, as a football fan, you're bringing on 4 attackers, lob them all up front with the 4 defenders. Because what was happening was in this game, when you have Havertz up front, he was being collided by all 4 Bayern Munich defenders, so he could get nothing off it. They were all targeting one attacker because that's all we had up front. There was only one striker up front. There was no one else with him. So I thought, right, this is smart. He's bringing on 4 attackers now. He's having 4 attackers on the pitch. These are our main best players that have scored all the goals this season. I can say, okay, I rate this. We want to go for it. But he done the exact same formation, the exact same tactics. Why don't you lob the 4 attackers up front and just leave them there and have the whole team behind it, like a 4-2-4? Just let them go at the defense. Try get a goal. Try change the game up because the tactics weren't working. And I've seen this with other managers in the Premier League as well. It seems like they're too worried, too scared to change their tactics. And again, this has happened, as I'm an Arsenal fan, it's happened under Mikel Arteta before, where he hasn't changed his tactics. It's not always going to work. It's worked at times. Don't worry. Listen, we're second in the league. You know, we're doing good in the league. It's worked in games, but in games where you need to change it, non-existent. And that is why
most top
it needs
most
something
top
different.
quality